Canadian Encyclopedia. The Ojibwe are indigenous people of Canada and the United States who are part of a larger cultural group known as Anishinaabe. Chippewa and Saulteaux people are also part of the Ojibwe and Anishinaabe ethnic groups. Ojibwe are closely related to the Ottawa and Algonquin people and share many traditions with their neighboring Cree people. Now we're going to take a look at the Ojibwe dictionary. Niji. That's the correct way to pronounce this.
Niji.
Niji.
Now I'm going to read where it says note. This is a form of direct address traditionally used by men talking to each other. My brother, my cousin, male parallel cousins, my fellow man, and reports that the form lineage is also in common use.
Lineage.
Lineage. So the correct way to say this would be lineage.
Lineage.
Also is used by male. Like you're talking to your brother or you're talking to your male cousin and you are male yourself. So it means male parallel, man to man talk. Lineage. Now just like how people were misusing or didn't even understand the term lineage, but they were using it and didn't know which culture it came from, which we now know is Chippewa. The same thing with this item right here. Spider web charm, hung on infant's cradle, packed wrapped in thin birch bark. And this is how it would look right here on the infant's cradle board. See the two spider charms, and then that's the bag with the herbs in it. Overall, it's for protection. And there it is. The Chippewa Anishinaabe culture. Now let's take a look at a few illustrations of the Chippewa people. This painting of leaders of the Ojibwe or Chippewa Nation of the Anishinaabe people is in the National Gallery of Canada. It is by Rudolf Steiger or von Steiger and dates from 1815. Here we go. Notice the various different shades of brown and also straight hair, woolly hair from 1815. We go to the Wisconsin Historical Society website, and this image is of Chushik, if I'm pronouncing this correctly. Now notice this is a woman, Anishinaabe woman or Chippewa woman. Right here, see? That appears in Volume 1 of the History of Indian Tribes by Thomas McKinney and James Hall. Now this image is from 1835. Now we're going to go to the Smithsonian Institute. Big Buffalo, Chippewa. This portrait is from the 1800s as well. Take a closer look. Now, in my opinion, Big Buffalo closely resembles a Pan-African who goes by the name of Kaba or Booker T. Coleman. He's an Afrocentric original American. Back and forth. I mean, that's just in my opinion. They share the same phenotype. Now, let's take a look at a photo of a Chippewa woman. Smithsonian Institute. Chippewa woman with baby and cradle board. Zoom in. Beautiful young lady. She has straight hair. Miss Lowe and Little Niji. Miss Lowe, seated in front of a traditional dwelling holding her infant, Little Niji. Miss Lowe and Niji. Now this is a color image of Miss Lowe. Now this is an image of a Ojibwe man, and he's on the reservation, Bad River Indian Reservation. Now this image is from 1913, the same year the Federal Reserve Bank was created. The Chippewa or Ojibwe man closely resembles an actor by the name of Richard Roundtree. This guy on the right was classified as a Black American. The guy on the left was classified as an Ojibwe Indian. Same phenotype. All right, this young lady is Edmonia Lewis, a very talented sculptor. Now here it says her father, look, her father was black, and her mother was Chippewa, Ojibwe Indian. Now we go by the matriarch. You are who your mother is, and your grandmother, and your great-grandmother. We follow that, most of us. All right? So all this father black and all this stuff, whatever. She is a Chippewa, Anishinaabe. Take a closer look. I notice Miss Lewis has curly hair, right? So we got straight hair, and we got curly hair. Let's take a look at another Chippewa, George Bonga. Now he was a fur trader and translator back in the 1800s. And here it says his mother, Ojibwe, right? Yep. And of course, you read further and it says, black father and all this stuff. They always say that. Most of us, we follow the matriarch system. You are who your mother is. So all this father being black and from Africa, all that. Yeah, all right. Who is your mother? Now we got woolly hair, curly hair, straight hair. The original people of the Americas have woolly hair, straight hair, curly hair. Bottom line. Let's take a look at another Chippewa. Now, I'm not even going to try to pronounce this guy's name. I'm not going to do it. But notice he's dressed in traditional clothing, right? See the bear claw necklace. This guy's sharp. Now he shares the same phenotype as Mr. Bonga, right? They all do. They have the same phenotype. All of them. These are the original peoples of the Americas. Now, let's take a look at a Chippewa or Ojibwe or Anishinaabe from the 2020s. Her name is Ivy. She's a photographer. All right, it says she's affiliated with the Grand Portage Band of Ojibwe. Anyway, just wanted to do this video about the Anishinaabe, aka the Chippewa. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.